Yep. They're gonna.
Why don't you text Earl, tell him we about to go live. And maybe he'll watch. Yo, what's good?
Yeah.
What's good? How you?
The Beat 139. Featuring Doc, Don Vito, and Keith Cash. Harlem's #1 show.
What's good?
Hey, check it out. We back, right? Hopefully we back.
We're gonna give some people some time to come in. Y'all know how we do. We're gonna give people time to come in. It's a, you know what I'm saying?
We had some technical difficulties, but we went another way. You know, so we can get the show going on. This is Doc trying to tell you. And we hopefully y'all come back. But if you don't see it today, you can see it tomorrow.
Now we live. I can see it. We live.
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying for the viewers that left, hopefully they can see us. If they don't see it now, they can come back later on. But we got the call-in number on there, 646-628-4264. You know.
And we also need to know, I'm sorry cutting you off. We need to know if y'all live. Just say what's up. Pop out and say what's up. We can see a few people on right now, but just say what's up.
And tell us how we looking, too. Tell us how we looking. We looking good? If we sounding good? Let us know, because y'all feedback is very important for us to continue the show.
It's very important because we're on OBS right now. So we knew it. Turn that background down, Jay, because we can hear you. The feedback.
They ain't got to know what it is. Just tell them we got it on another streaming thing. We trying to make it happen, man. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. That's what Doc trying to tell you. You know, when we going to start the show, we going to roll it out. That's what we going to do, you know. I'm Don Vito, voice for the peoples.
Keith Cash and brand ambassador.
Doc, shake the block. Y'all know what it is.
All right, so like Doc said, we're going to try to give y'all a little time to come on before we go into the topic. So I want to bring up something real quick.
Hit that like button, y'all.
You know, there's a lot of senseless crime going on, you know, in our communities. And a lot of people have, you know, mental illnesses, man, you know. And on the news today, they was talking about how, like, Bellevue used to house, like, 1,400 patients, and they only housing, like, 400 patients now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a drop in you know, in people coming to the mental institutions, right? So what they were saying was that, you know, the funding ain't there. So they took the funding away so they don't have the staff to, you know, bring more people in there. And, you know, they started throwing out numbers on what it's going to cost if they bring it back up to speed. You know what I mean? The way to full capacity. But I'm saying to myself, pay them numbers, man. Because if you pay them numbers, it's going to cost you more to house an inmate in jail. And then you jeopardizing, or you might be causing people in society harm, harmful pain, and death.
There's no mic. There's 1,000 people you was talking about. So the mental illness, those peoples are the homeless peoples that we see outside. Like you said, those are the guys that are going to jail that the taxpayers, they got to pay for.
It's money. It's more money.
Yeah.
To house them for years and years and years and years.
Because we didn't see, we know it was mental illness when we were young, but we didn't see it like what we're seeing.
Oh, we all them before crazy.
Huh? Yeah, that was one. That was one or two. It wasn't no everyday.
We always thought that they was on drugs.
Yeah, it was. But this is every single day today. There's no days that you can go out your house and you don't see some form of mental illness somewhere, whether it's on the train, whether it's or just on the street corner.
But they complaining, what I'm saying, the reason why I brought this up, they're complaining about how much it's going to cost to house them, to take care of them. But it's going to cost you more to incarcerate them. You see where I'm coming from?
But I think that was the trick. That was the design. Like, we didn't have the private jails back then. Now everything the private sector, so they can make money.
Yeah,
They're
they rather
making us work unicorn, slave wages. You understand? And they're building wealth off our back. It was just another way.
And that's sad because, you know, a lot of people committing crimes that they don't even realize they commit, or they don't mean to do. They have a problem. They have a sickness.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying though? And they think the solution is to put them in jail. That's not going. They're not gonna come out no better. They're gonna come out worse, because they need help. If you got to get rid of the problem in order to solve the problem.
They're not looking to do that. Recidivism. That's what they want.
Yeah,
The revolving
racket.
door.
Just
Yeah,
like
it's a racket.
we do a lot of videos on Rikers Island. Shout out to Rikers Island. You know, and there was a rap song that said, what this shit said? I lost train of thought that quick. What we just talking about?
The recidivism.
He was saying that. Thank you. He was the rapper was saying that the new slaves is dudes in prison. Remember that verse he had said something like that?
Yeah, it's a fact.
It's a new way to enslave us is put us in prison. You know? And he mixed it like, you know, that's how they slave us now by locking us all up, you know? And a lot of the crime that's going on, sad to say, is dealing with mental illness. But we're going to move right along. I just had to bring that up because I was like, yo, this thing is crazy out here right now, you know? And hopefully, man, things will change, you know? But Doc, man, where we going to start off at today?
First, before we start, we want to give a shout out to Earl. My boy Earl, he came through for us. We appreciate you, Earl.
Earl, hope you're tuning in, bro.
Thank you, Earl.
This Don Vito right here. I tried to call you a couple times, Earl. You ain't pick up, Earl. I'm going to call you tomorrow, Earl. Pick that phone up, Earl. You know you my boy, Earl. But Earl saved the day, man. Earl is a beast, man. And I'm glad, you know, you was able to get him on the phone, Doc.
Definitely, man. We appreciate that. Appreciate you, Earl, for all the Beat 139. You know what it is. You with us. But first, we're going to talk about the young lady. It's a young lady. She's part of ministry in church, a Latino woman. She had a boyfriend. She was living with her boyfriend. She decided to move out the apartment. I don't know if they broke up. I don't think she left him. I just think that through her ministry, she probably had the belief of, you know, no moving in until you're married. This all me thinking this, and he didn't like it. Supposedly Sunday morning she's preparing for church to go to the church, and that's the last time they seen her. There's a video out with her at the elevator with some food in her hand, and that's the last time she was seen. And they found her body on a sawmill by Yonkers, chopped up.
Yeah, our prayers go out to, you know, the family. This is crazy. Once again, this is mental illness. You can't explain where somebody's going to put somebody in a suitcase and drop them off on the side of the road.
Not just put him in a suitcase. He mutilated her, man. He chopped her up. You know, it's two different levels. There's different levels on that one. You kill them, and then you chop them up, and then you put them in a suitcase. It's like some shit, like, real talk, man, like, movies do that, like, and make it look like it's like, you know, it's crazy. But in real life, for somebody to do that, man, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, man. That's like some mob shit. The mob been doing that for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's their thing.
Remember the guy did that in Brooklyn last year. Same thing. He took the girl from the Bronx, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, he did that in Brooklyn. That's
yeah, that's like crazy.
That's his man.
So I believe that there was prior situations, prior problems between those two, and it led up to that. I don't believe that she didn't want to move and buy just that, and then he got crazy, and then he killed her. I believe it's just stuff been going on for a little while, and then that came up, and then homeboy flipped. You know what I mean? And then he did what he did, you know? Because you got to be at some type of rage, man, to do some crazy shit like that, bro.
His whole life is down the drain. He's a clown. You know, it was no need for that. But yeah, rest in peace to her and her family. Also,
it's bigger than that, though, not to cut you off, man. Because if that was my sister, bro, you know what I mean? I would feel some type of way, man. Like we gonna keep it all the way talk, man.
I mean, yeah.
This ain't Fox 5 and Channel 7, man. It's the B139, man.
I know,
You
but
got a bunch of sisters, my guy. You understand what I'm saying, though?
Breaking developments out of the Bronx. Police have now arrested and charged the ex-boyfriend of a community leader found dead in a suitcase in Yonkers. We thank you for joining us on your Friday night. I'm Natalie Pascarella. Police say the 46-year-old ex-boyfriend of a missing woman who...
To me, this is just mental illness. Because, like you said, this is not regular killing. This is not saying, yo, I'm going to shoot you, shoot
Yeah, but hear what I'm saying, though. It is mental illness, right? And we all know that. But when that's your sister, you don't care about that mental illness.
Without a doubt.
You care about, you at rage, man. You ready to put some work in, my guy. You hoping they catch him before you see him.
Without a doubt.
Let's keep it real, man. We dealing with feelings here, man. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, this comes from the situation you talked about where it was 1,400 peoples in Bellevue. Now they house 400.
400, yep.
We missing
right on target.
We missing 1,000 mental illness peoples walking around the New York City streets.
Right. Yep. And that's called that's just called crazy, man. Like
it's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. You got to be crazy, man, to do something like that. But this man needs help. So I mean, they're not going to put him in the mental illness place. Obviously, they're going to put him in jail. But in jail, as you all well know, they always had one house was called a crazy house. Mm-hmm. They call them 730, right?
Yeah, 730.
Right. So they had in Clinton, E Block was for the nutty people. They put them all in E Block. They had all that back then. I don't know what they got now, but that's part of the process, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now the whole jail is nutty because people is on thought.
Yeah.
You hear in jail, the main thing is pill line.
Yeah,
you see how niggas in right now?
Yeah.
You see what, no matter what a nigga doing, playing chess, checkers, such and such pill line, get up and go.
Right.
That shit is annoying too, man. I used to be like, yo, what are you doing?
But to move along, we got Dawn Robinson from En Vogue. She said she was homeless for 3 years. She had a manager. For 8 months, he's paying a hotel. He couldn't pay no more. Now she alleged to be sleeping in the car. How you guys feel about that?
Sad situation, I mean, all we're going to look at is poor money management.
They said you're talking to Mike.
Poor money management. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where people's got to pay attention, picking the right managers. Like you said, she got a fugazi manager.
No, you can't say that because she did say that he had his own bills and he paying her hotel.
But yeah, that was her way of looking at it, saying, like, I know it had to be hard on him, but she knew he was playing the game. He offered. It wasn't like she asked him to come out to California. He said, why don't you pack up, come out to Cali? We
just got a super chat from Knowledge.
Yo.
We're going to read the super chat. He said, I got a feeling Vito barked on a sound guy. Thanks for continuing, guys.
Knowledge, man, we thank you.
Knowledge, $40, boy. Man. This is the biggest super chat we got so far.
Yeah. Hey, check this out, though, right? So, as far as what we talking about?
Dawn Robinson.
As far as Dawn, right? Here's my deal. I don't believe the story. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It ain't adding up to me, man. It ain't adding up, man. First of all, she's still gorgeous, number one, right? Number two, for you to be a manager, y'all gotta be working. You don't call somebody your manager for 3 years and you ain't putting no work and you ain't doing no shows. You ain't done nothing. You ain't going to the studio. So what are you managing, man? Come on, man. It don't make sense to me, man, that I think it's a publicity stunt, me personally. You know what I'm saying? Because when we looked on somewhere, doctors showing me, dude like, yo, man, she come stay with me, yo, do this. I'm sure for 3 years, a lot of people been making offers, man. You understand what I'm saying?
It's better
man?
than a car.
Huh?
Way better than a car.
Way better
I mean, maybe even gigs. Maybe even gigs to do or
Yeah,
get
I'm
in
pretty sure.
lounges and
Yeah,
all you gotta do,
Yeah.
say we did a party, right? You was the DJ, right? And we saying, what's her name, Lewis?
Robinson.
Dawn Robinson from In Vogue is gonna perform tonight. People gonna pull up, my guy.
People know.
And
you know what I mean?
Let's just say she could easily make this. Let's just say on a small end, $300 a night. People paying that.
Yeah, I'm just saying she gonna
You
get
could
some
do
money, man.
Easy.
I ain't gonna
Each
fat.
lounge.
Peoples will book her, just like they book all
Yes,
the
they will,
Horace
man.
Browns and all of those people. She definitely could get $1,500.
It's a publicity stuff.
And then interviews, she could get paid through interviews. People pay her for interviews.
But I know what she said. How many interviews did she say she did?
I forgot what she said.
Remember,
It was a high number.
It was a high
1,200
number.
some shit.
It's a high number.
She had a lot of interviews.
Well, we would love to see you over here on the Beat 139, huh? Yeah, it was some high.
She probably that's exaggerated, but that she basically saying she did a lot of interviews, but that's a lot. And just think like this: people will
100,000.
People will book up for interviews.
It's a lot of interviews.
She said it. She
Yeah.
said it out on her
Of
mouth.
course, she capping because if I say Don,
100,000?
if I
It
Google
was
it,
more than that. Words more.
but that's she probably just saying like a figure of speech because that's a lot of interviews. Because if you Google her right now and you put
I don't know
Don
nobody that
interviews,
did
that's a lot. But she basically saying she do a lot of interviews.
yeah, so that keeps her in the mind of the peoples that's following her because you always gonna have that cult
100,000
following.
interviews?
No, she probably
We
just
did
talking.
700, right?
Yeah.
Let's get this right. Dawn, you ain't getting away with this shit, right?
I asked Doc too. Right?
Let me come on, let me get this off, man. We did 700, not even 1,000. She did 100,000. She did 900 more thousand, man. Fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying, though? I mean, she did 90 more thousand. Fuck out of here, man. You know how much talking that
I
is,
don't
man?
believe nobody in the world.
Chant, that's a Guinness Book of World Records.
But we, no, that's a lot.
That's a figure of speech.
There's a figure of speech because you know how many platforms. You Google her name, you probably see a list of Don Robinson interviews. That means she this year alone, last year, the year before. You know what I mean? Like every year she doing tons of. She doing.
So let me ask you a
And
question.
I haven't seen her once
Nah, I ain't seen
in
no
10
interview.
years.
Oh, 100,000, they're going to circulate somewhere.
Yeah, the circulate. She'd have been popping.
Yeah, you don't see her on
Nah,
IG,
that's it.
Facebook, none of that.
Nothing.
Nah.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to check her Facebook when we leave, too, man. You know, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to crack this case, man. You know what I mean? But check this out, though. So, 3 years, homeless, right? You ain't tried to do nothing with your life?
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, man. Talk about it, man.
I mean, you know,
Come on, man.
the talent is there. You could be homeless and you still talented. You know what I'm saying? Like
A
you
singer, you can always sing, man.
Yeah.
A rapper, at some
And
point, you
when
got to
they
stop.
And then
She
not
was
only
with
that,
Tony,
you know how much money you could make? Let's just say upcoming artists, that people who like for instance, we came on here, they will pay for a feature. She can say, "Give me
Feature.
$1,000."
What about
Yeah.
writing a song?
Yeah.
Songwriters?
People will pay for that, especially up and coming people. Oh,
I ain't going for it, man.
they'd be like, "We lit. We got Dawn on there."
Publicity stunt.
I definitely remember when they did break up. She was the one that was doing shows.
She broke up
'Cause
first.
She was with Tony.
She broke up first. Yeah, she's the first one to leave. But yeah. So people saying cap on that. So okay. So now we're gonna get to the Charleston White. The rapper Little Ronnie said that the Little Ronnie, we all seen it. He got killed. He's with his 5-year-old daughter. They gunned him down in the car wash in Fort Worth, Texas. Charleston White is from Fort Worth, Texas, and he's basically said I guess we're gonna play it. And he said some things that we definitely want to respond to because a lot of people want to know what's the Beat 139 opinion on certain things. So he getting it ready now. Some things he said, I think you guys gonna really be pissed off when y'all hear this. I think y'all gonna really be pissed off when you hear this. And the guy just he.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
Duke Jackson.
I thought it was weak.
Back at it again.
I thought it was some bullshit.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Yeah.
But
But then Charleston White
In the
is gonna come
moment-
out and say something that I just can't.
I knew that I was listening to a father.
Yeah.
Here's what happened.
Yeah. The baby. And fuck the
I'm
city
represented
of
by
Fort
William
Worth,
Morrison
too.
Denver.
Ain't nobody gonna do nothing
The founder
or say
of William
nothing to me.
Morrison Denver,
I swear to God,
Ari
man.
Emanuel,
Go Yayo, get out
had
of jail and
courtside
look the other
seats
way.
right
About
next
me.
to the Lakers bench.
Talking about
He had Larry David
yeah,
with
give
him,
a about that baby. All that
star of
dead
Curb
ass.
Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter.
Oh, you shouldn't say
I'm sitting
that.
courtside.
The baby. Now who gonna do
And
something?
I stand up and then I got my head
turned.
turned.
Now.
And then I turned back around.
Who gonna do something
And a lot
about
of people
it?
thought this
I
was
said,
the end of the
yeah,
game
baby.
or
I said,
something like that.
Lil
This was
Ronnie,
in the
and
third
which one of
quarter.
you gonna put your life on the line and come die by the baby?
Apparently,
Nobody.
Braun
Didn't
had walked
nobody
out
put
of the
their life on the
timeout.
line to go look for them. They killed
And
the
I
baby.
turn around and he's right here in my face. He said, yo,
the baby,
you got to stop
Lil
talking shit
Ronnie,
about my
and
son.
whoever
You
mad
got to
about
stop
me
fucking
doing
with my
the same.
son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, dog. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you gotta talk about it. This is you and him. You gotta talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Courtside. That day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere. Watch about me, right? It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this is gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And let's
just not just do that. Let's not just get fancy today. Let's just go straight. Yeah, let's not just do that.
Can y'all hear us?
Can y'all hear us?
Say you still got Stephen A. playing in the back.
So we talking about.
Let us know if y'all can hear us. We need y'all.
So what was the last thing we said again?
Talking about that guy. You was like, yo, sometime a person, if they don't have nothing nice to say, they shouldn't say it at all.
But my thing is this, right? Now you said that about Gilly's son and this and that and all that type of stuff. You know why he doing that? Because he know he can get away with it. Let me tell you why. Because it's one thing if you say it in the streets, right? And it's just us around or them around. But it's another thing when you put it on platforms, right? That means the feds is listening to this shit as well as the streets. So any foul play that go on, somebody gonna get got. You understand what I'm saying, though?
That's right.
Meaning you not getting away with that.
He say he gonna tell. He's a teller.
Oh, he say telling.
He's telling. He don't beat around the bush. He said, yeah.
Right.
I'm telling.
Yeah, he's a hot nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't respect hot niggas on the show, man. We
right.
don't respect hot niggas on the show.
Yeah.
But he's not on the show, but here's the deal. He's not only a rat, or he say he will rat, you understand? But also, he knows, being that he got that thought in his mind of telling, that he knows he putting it out there on live stream. So if anybody come see me, they're going to know who you are. They're going to come get you.
That's right.
Because I put it out there.
Don't feed
and
into
he probably said that on that just so if somebody do come see him, that they be able to get at him.
That's right.
Somebody, Soulja Boy and them ran up on him. He sprayed them with mace and backed their whole crew up. Because he licensed to carry.
Mace?
Yeah.
That's all?
That's what he did.
They can't get around mace?
Man,
they ain't thorough like that, man.
He went on.
Let me and my boys run up with somebody and all they got is mace. One dude get mace and then the other dude gonna get erased. Only one gonna take the mace, man.
Well, be mad at us, Charleston White. We not jacking what you're saying or what you're doing, man. Here at the Beat 139, man. We not jacking.
Nah, we not jacking, but we just talk. We talking how we feel. So
no, but that's what I'm saying. We not fucking with it.
Yeah, but we talking how we feel about the thing. That's it, man. This is a show. Don't listen. Don't get apologetic, man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, you sound apologetic, man. Listen to me, man.
I'm not apologetic. I'm saying we're not jacking him at all. So we want him to come back at the Beat 139. That's exactly.
All right, cool. Okay, all right. Just making sure. I'm just making sure because we talking about something that's out there. We ain't making this up. We ain't capping. We talking about stuff that's public information, and we voicing our opinions. That's it. And that's how we're gonna keep it all the way 100. No matter who we talk about on the show. Because we not getting at people. We talking about what everybody else sees.
Oh, yeah, we ain't ducking no conversation. But, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
So, also from Kev Curtis, this definitely been in the news also. He said, do you guys think Jim Jones and Cam will talk it out or square up? So I'm giving a little backstory on that. Jim Jones said he want to fight Cam in the ring.
10 million.
Yeah, he said 10 million. And Cam never really responded to it. He never said if he'd do it or not. So the guy here asked the question, do you think they'd talk it out or square up? And also, yeah, a lot of people ask me this. Go ahead, I'm going to let y'all answer that first, and then I will go to the next one.
But do you think that they're going to fight?
No, I don't think they're going to fight.
Not at all. I think it's working for both of them. It's working for Cam and what he's doing, and it's working for Jim pushing his album. I think it's working for both of them. It's rap beef.
No, I don't think they're going to do nothing, man. Like, let me tell you something, man. Them dudes grew up, not when they were little kids like him and Mace, but they grew up in the rap game together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Cam came first, you know what I mean? And then, you know, Diplomats came, and, you know, they both made money. It ain't got to be the same amount of money, but they both made money. They both got popular. And for them to fight and all that stuff, you know, dudes be mad at each other. You be saying all kinds of stuff. But a lot of stuff that you say, you ain't really trying to be about that life. You know what I mean? You know, Cam doing his thing right now with Mason, all they got a little show. Jim Jones is grabbing the rappers, and he in Harlem. He doing videos. He moving and shaking. For what? It's going to die down like every other story. You know, P. Diddy was on every station. Now you hear spurts of P. Diddy. The dude, Luigi, whatever, who
shot the CEO.
Who shot the CEO, his shit was, now the shit is low. This shit gonna rock for a little while, it's gonna go low, man, and that's gonna be it. They ain't doing all that. Now, if Cam would have took the invite, then that'd have been another story, but he ain't saying that because Cam, I don't know him, never met him, but from me watching him, he ain't on that type of time.
Nah, he's smart. The nigga smart. Yeah, but
that's that. You know?
They're gonna get views, man.
Yeah, they're gonna get views, and people gonna watch what they doing now because they want to see if something does come out. But it ain't coming out. Man.
Now, I don't think they sit back loud because it got personal. And it was a round table. Not a round table. Jim Jones had an interview with Joe Budden. So Joe Budden, Queens Flip, and someone else. So they were saying that, man, I want y'all to get back together. This, that, and the third. Woo. Man, y'all shouldn't be beefing y'all brothers. This, that, and the third. Do it for the city. Do it for this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna ask you guys. I don't know how locked in y'all in on what transpired. Now, it was a lot said on
I seen it.
both ends. More so, what Cameron said was more damaging to Jim's career, because Cameron pretty much edged him far as the public, because he said a lot of things damaging to Jim about Jim that a lot of people were like, wow. Stuff Jim said, Jim ain't really go say nothing crazy about Cam, but it was more of a feelings thing, like, yo, I did this, I did that. Cam said a lot more damaging things, and it was a lot. Now, mind you, they had a lot. He aired them out, I think it was like 8 years ago, and now it happened again. How do you feel about guys, and I saw some people was saying, you guys is hypocrite. This was people on the comment section was saying about Queens Flip and Joe Buttons. Like Joe Buttons, you saying to get back with him, you with your crew, Slaughterhouse, you don't rock with them or some shit. And then they were saying Queens Flip, there's a lot of people that probably your family and different things, y'all don't forgive them. But y'all saying forgive them after so much done happened. So where y'all stand at? If a lot of stuff, I don't know if y'all heard it, but all the stuff that happened, you think it's good to be like, hey, come on, let's still get back together and get money, or, you stay your way, I stay my way?
I think it's always about the money. You know what I'm saying? Like they have history. They have major history together. You know what I'm saying? I think at this point, Jim, this might be one of his best situations. You know what I'm saying? On his own, where he's actually eating to where he could say, I don't need to do this. Cam has been eating for a very long time, like consistently. So he was like, I really don't have to do it. He said what he said. I'm sure that this is stuff that's been said prior, you know what I'm saying? But now it's out and about. Of course, the niggas get salty about certain little things, but both of those guys are smart, and both of those guys know the internet. Both of those guys know the business. So long as you're talking, their numbers are going up.
But you ain't really
I don't know. Let me say something.
You ain't really answer my question. No, because you didn't, because I asked you, how do you feel? The guy keeps saying, speaking the mic, you got to talk a little loud. But the
Jay, turn up a little bit.
No. It's not. It's only when he talk. It's not you, not me. I asked you. I said, how do you feel that is it warrant? Because Joe Buttons and Queens Flip people.
And I told you no from the rip. Section, I told you no.
No on what?
No, that it's not warranted. That they should be back together because it's a money thing. You can get money, but right now.
Oh, so you saying they should?
Yeah.
Talk it out and get back together.
Yeah.
Because of the money. Where you stay? I got something on that. I agree with him.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I've got my take
totally
too.
Disagree. Now, I'm going to tell you why. I feel that the relationship and the friendship is broken. It went too far. It's a such thing as going too far. And I think it went too far. Anytime somebody talking about fighting you and want to do this and that and all that stuff, it means they mad. And he went on a couple platforms. He went on the Breakfast Club saying it too. Anytime he's mad. It went too far. And I'm going to take it back too, because I've been following this, right? When it first happened, Cam got mad and said, yo, that's how he want to play? I'm going to go in on him now. I know a lot of stuff that people don't know about. I'm about to expose him. That's what he said. Yep. And then he took off from there. I don't know if it's true or false, but this is the words that came out of his mouth, right? And he said, I'm going to expose him. And then he started talking about things that happened in his life coming up. Growing up and how he put him on and he was this and he was that. He went on personal shit that nobody else know. Like, say us three, right? We hang out. We don't hang out. We work together. with our events and programs and we know a lot of things about each other that other people don't even know, even your family, because this is what we do. And all of a sudden, me and you get upset, and we start going at each other. Now you start digging in the crates on me to the world about, damn, that nigga said that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody supposed to be knowing about that.
I know,
but you so mad right now,
get
you
salty,
giving it up.
but we still
No, if you go too far with me, because I'm not gonna name no names, right? But if you go too far with me, I'm a Christian man, right? I'm gonna forgive you, but I'm not fucking with you no more, my guy. I'm not fucking with you, man. Not no more.
I feel the same way. You got to cross the line because, see, now you selling yourself for money. Now your morals go out the window. This person said all these things about you that's personal. It's not like personal things. He like he said, he went in on him. Like I said, the difference is they both talk about each other, but Cam had the edge in the public because he went in personally and dug and just humiliate him where a lot of people was dogging. Like on the playing scale, Jim's like down here because a lot of people don't like Jim Jones. I'm going by the comment section. I'm judging on the comment section. People don't like Jim, and a lot of people siding with Cameron because a lot of stuff he said. And Jim said some things, but Jim thinks more like what we know. Like, I held it down. I did the fighting when we did this. That Cam sat there and said Jim ran. This person pressed him. He pretty much went in, and it affected Jim's character as Jim Fard's wanting to be tough. So the thing is, I agree 100% with Vito. You cannot, when it get personal like that, why would I want to do business with you? All money not good money. All money is not good money. I will never, because it went there. And like I said, it's over with, the relationship over with. You go there and that's why people were saying Joe Buttons and them is frauding because you the same person, situation you've been in, you don't rock with certain people. And the same thing they were saying with, like, some people, I think somebody might have known Queen's Flip because somebody said something about it's your own man, some shit. I don't know.
Callers, y'all call in. Keep going, Doc. 646-628-4264. Let us get some of y'all opinions if y'all listening.
Yeah, I couldn't. Money ain't everything. Cause now that's just why that rap. That's just why that verses turned out that way. Cause they wasn't even really fucking with each other then, and they did it just for the money. You can't. It got to be a time you say fuck the money. Is a moral thing. Because to me, I would have stopped then. Jim and Mandisi had a personal beef where it went where it went, right? And he got on the phone with him. Cam got Mandisi called from jail, got on the phone, and they clowning Jim. That right there would have been enough for me, right? That right there, because this is not no play. We had a real, we don't like each other. Fists and stuff went. That would have been enough right there. And this was years ago. This happened. Mandisi's in jail. He called and they clowning him. Oh, he did this, and people start clowning Jim and stuff like that. So, and then like he said, that's why he said, yo, and then the 50 Cent clowning him. Because now 50 Cent, and you know when he get in, it's a whole nother level. They clowning him. They putting like snitch allegations on him, saying that rap to his case out in Alabama, and then even with the 6ix9ine thing. So now you got a lot of different factors that in. Some stuff, like you said, that's made to be like it's over with. Now you can rebuttal on that, Cash, but
no, I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a thing like, we're going to move to the next topic, right? It's a thing like, because I had, some situations, not like theirs, but, but the same type of extent of words. You know what I'm saying? And it's a such thing as going too far. You know what I mean? And, I shake my head, I forgive them because, this is what I was, I believe in the Lord, and this is what he said, that you got to forgive people, but I won't forget. And the reason why I won't forget because they went too far. So I don't trust him no more. I won't do nothing with him. I won't do nothing because I really got some shit on me right now that I can't do. That's unlawful because I know he watching me. You understand? So I got to eat that for him because this is what he telling me to do, and this is where I walk. But if I let that other little devilish thing come out, it's going to be a real problem. Without him, it would have been a problem. He changed me. Because I'm at rage. You went too far. You said something like, he went there. It goes like that sometimes, man. There's no way in the world we get money no more, man.
No way.
You went
all
too
money
far.
And good money.
But now if you would have went in, we can, yo, man, my bad. Come on, man, all right, we can do that. But when you go too far, that's a wrap.
And it went in just 2 different occasions.
And I'm not saying nothing in general because I really don't know what they said 100%. But from what I gathered and some of the stuff I did here, it went a little too far.
Yeah, if you put yourself in any one of them shoes, you wouldn't fuck with each other. Yeah, it's not like we
no sides or none of that.
Nothing,
I never met neither one of them.
I just wouldn't even fuck with.
I like both of their music. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
But also, while we talk about Jim also made news in that same interview. He said being a blood is the same thing as being in a fraternity. How y'all guys feel about that? Being blood is the same thing as being in a fraternity.
I don't know. I'm up in the air.
Why are you up in the air?
Because I really don't get where he's actually coming. I know being in a blood set is the same thing as being in a college fraternity.
And he explained some of his reasons.
I didn't hear it.
He was basically saying, "Oh, it's a brotherhood. Bloods do a lot of good things too, and they'll see if you could play it."
If it messes up the sound, don't do it, Jay. All right,
it's not that it messes up the sound. He had to turn it off. He don't turn it off.
So say what he was saying.
So he basically, I would definitely want him to say it, but he was on Joe Buttons and was talking.
I don't think.
Oh, hold on, we got a caller. This way,
let's take kill some time. What's up, caller?
We kill some time. Caller, what up, caller?
Yeah, peace, y'all. I just want to say, shouts out to Capo, man. His single Harlem is on fire in Wilmington. His whole album is on fire in Wilmington. And to the situation, I think Mace is agitating a little bit of the fuel between Cam and Jim and Capo. Mm-hmm. But I think Capo's standing on his ground alone with whoever is around him, and he's at the bag. He's making music. He's doing his thing. With all the, people try to diss him and all that. But one thing I can say about Capo, what I've seen, he's staying with God. He's trying to get his money. He's independent. He's putting other people on. At the end of the day, I think he gonna last longer. But I like Cam. But I just think Mace is ignorant on too. I just wish they just get it together and bring Harlem back. Cam get on the remix. Mace get on the remix. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say.
Well, thank you for calling the caller. What's your name? Where you from?
I'm from D-Ware, man.
Delaware in the building.
Delaware.
My man.
Back in the day.
Good looks, homie.
Thank you. Appreciate your support, man. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. You know what we do.
That's right. Tell a friend. Tell a friend.
Turn it off.
Hello?
Yeah, so you got it ready? Yeah. All right, so y'all was going to hear it, and then we could take some callers on it, and then we're going to give our opinion on it, because I wanted y'all to hear what Jim's saying.
We had an argument about, you had these niggas in here arguing about bloods versus frats, gangs versus fraternities.
The same thing. Blood is a fraternity.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So Cameron launched into a lengthy and explosive response.
You blood, right? Right.
if we took 100 Bloods,
right?
Give me a real one, yo. Not to win your argument, or not argument, a real one of people that are putting other people in position to be successful. Keep it a buck.
Out of 100 Bloods, how many? Yeah, the percentage might be low. It might be low.
So that's where the differentiation lies, because with the sorority example, or with the Mason example, or with the Congress, senators, Imani brought up, the Congress and senators, they be running that shit like death row. But niggas won't know that. What we see from gang culture, and we all been around, all our friends, family, whatever, is down, but
I'm trying to know you, nigga. Don't try to get me
get you affiliated.
They got, everybody in here got family or friends that's affiliated, whether they knee deep or whether they just on the surface. So what I'm saying is the perception of it is where we get the disparity.
100%.
Because we don't see enough niggas.
You asked me a question, now you go into something different. You asked me if being blood in a fraternity, do I feel is the same thing? And yes, I feel it's the same thing. I feel being a blood is a fraternity. Now, there's big differences between being Alpha Phi Alpha and non-trade gangster. Yes, there are big differences, but the premise of what it is the same thing, my brother.
So, fraternities is brotherhoods, right? And a gang is a brotherhood. I think the question for me is like, what's it organized around? So like when I'm in a fraternity, and it was like, all right, we organized around black men achieving, right? And I got a lot of respect actually for gangs and shit they do, especially historically. I guess my question is, what do Bloods organize around, or Crips organize around? Like, what's their goal? What's the reason for coming together?
The brotherhood is about lifting each other up. Like what we see in the public, we got a lot of ignorance when it comes to the gangbang, but the underline is about lifting each other up. That's what we believe in. Each one teach one and things like that. But you won't see that. The media only wants you to paint the ugly picture. But there's a lot of positive situations that goes on within the gang community. There's a lot of brothers that have been through a lot that always pour into their community to give back. There's a lot of gang prevention programs that gang leaders run themselves and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? But the word gang itself already puts a twist on it, or anything that happens to it. You dig? So it's like the positivity goes out the window as soon as somebody hears gang, or as soon as somebody hears blood, or someone hears crip. When there's a lot of positive activity goes on within the gang community.
It is.
You heard?
Would you want your son to join?
Would I want my son to join?
Yeah.
No, I say that in my music. I wouldn't want him to join, but I wouldn't stop him from joining.
Why wouldn't you want him to though?
Because he came up different than I did.
Indeed. Got you.
You heard?
Yeah.
He don't know what being in Harlem or being in the hood is. He don't know what it is to have to rely on that brotherhood, or come outside and need that brotherhood, or come outside or have to be a leader for that brotherhood. Like, he doesn't have to. He didn't have his back against the wall. He never had, and I hope he never have to go through that.
But is that a prerequisite for joining? Like, if I didn't,
it's not a prerequisite.
If I wasn't raised like that.
It's not a did you hear what I said? I don't want him to join, but I would not stop him from joining. His father is a blood, and I'm a pretty positive, successful blood member. You heard? Like, I've done a lot of things wrong, and I've done a lot of things right, like any of us in here have done. You heard? My brotherhood, I always try to lift up. I've never told somebody to do anything negative when they're around me. I don't need them for that. You know what I mean? Coming up,
it's on.
You heard? It's a lot.
That's good. That's good.
Go ahead.
Turn that off, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for
Thanks,
that.
Appreciate you.
I can see where he's coming from, but it's not. It's not the same comparison. Because I know some Bloods, I know some Crips, I know Latin Kings, I know Nietas. You know, they don't call it that, but I know Muslims. I know they don't call themselves a gang, but they're a unit. And I know 5%ers, right? A lot of them come together for the brotherhood, right? But gangs have initiations. And to get in the gang, you gotta get fucked up. Or you gotta go and hurt somebody to be accepted. You know, now some fraternities make you do some weird shit too. You know, like they have you do some dumb clown stuff too. But everybody has a criteria to get in. But the violence part is where people get lost in comparison to the gangs and to the fraternities. Is really what the difference is to me. That's how I feel. You know? I joined the gang. I told y'all. I tell real stories when I was little. And it was a brotherhood thing. It was a neighborhood thing. It was. We all went to school together. We knew each other's moms, and we was a crew.
So you don't get where he was coming from. You just said it.
So I get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But when you compare him with fraternities, it's different to me.
Okay, we got a lot of
Because let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Neighborhood. We grew up around the same neighborhood, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I know your moms went to school together to that. You understand what I'm saying, though? We ate Rice Krispies in each other's house. We grew up. Fraternities, they come from different states and different They come to that school. It's not the block. It's not the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying, though? But this is what the school provides, whether you want to join or not. But it seems like when you get in the fraternity, that means you got more status than the people that's not in the fraternity. When y'all come through. Same jackets. Y'all do a little of this, y'all do a little of that. Y'all got a little position in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you talking about the good part. Well, what about the hazing part, the part where people's died? People's died going into these fraternities as well.
Correct.
It's not one, not two, not three. This is something that has been going on for years. To where certain schools, they was like, yo, we're going to put a halt to that. Those type of things people's are not talking about. It happened. Look, people's died. We're not going to talk about the people's that been hurt. We understand that it is a different dynamic. And you had to understand what he was saying. He was like, no, I wouldn't want my son to go in it because my son didn't have to depend on them. Vito told us countless times the reason why he joined the gang. This was it. Everything was a brotherhood, was a fraternity. The only reason why he stopped was because it was somebody that he was more afraid of than the gang, which was his mother. Correct?
Facts.
But this is a guy that was tough as a youngster, still decided to say, yo, such and such. We all know, we hear about the gang situation as far as going to jail. Niggas needing numbers. It's not something that I wouldn't want my son to be a part of. Under no circumstances. I don't think it's right, but I understand his rationality. I definitely understand his rationality.
Me personally, I wouldn't. The way he said it, I think he said it wrong. He's saying it's the same thing, and it's not, because, for one, to be in a fraternity, you get it's definitely more positive. Your grades have to be a certain level. They pick each other up as far as grades, and then afterwards, even with the women, they help you get jobs. It's a thing where they keep you going. They do business together. They come back yearly to do events.
But
they
he's
throw
doing
events
that.
and stuff.
He's
together.
getting people's job. He's doing fundraisers. He's giving out turkeys. He's giving out toys.
You saying him? We talk the majority of gangs.
We not. No, but I'm.
He
just saying,
said the gangs is.
He said the number is low, but still they're doing.
The gangs is definitely not. Cause like I said, they got you got the initiation part. That in itself. The violence. You don't see gang fraternities getting RICO cases and stuff like that. So I wouldn't even compare it, because it's like so far apart. I wouldn't even make that comparison. Now, if he'd sat there just said,
yeah, I wouldn't either. Not to jump in, Doc. You don't see him on the
jail,
TV, but you don't see him on.
They went to jail.
You don't see him on TV with the hoodies and the mask, pop, and innocent bystanders and all that, because they trying to get out of op. Hold up, let's get technical with this, bro. I understand there are some comparisons, but they're not comparable. See where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. The brotherhood part is a comparison. Even giving back, because I'm not going to say it again. I don't know, but I'm going to take his word for it that they give back that out of the community. But they give
back and still do shit. Right. Like that shit. Look now. Let us get to him. Let us call it how it is. Now he said, "Okay, I give back and do this, but you still doing with the shit. Ain't no in between with that." So if I'm sitting there saying, like you say, okay, you want to walk the right way. Okay, that's one thing. But if I'm saying I want to do this and still doing something else, me giving out turkeys, what that means? Drug dealers all the time gave out shit. Drug dealers all the time. We also hustle. How many times somebody came to us to give something to people in the buildings, you know what I mean, for them not to call cops, we may pay the rent. You give kids ice cream. That don't mean anything, bro. Him sitting there saying he give turkey, what the fuck is turkey? That's once a year. You know what I'm saying? But you still, 365 days a year, you still living that life. So that shit means nothing. It don't mean nothing. Because he carry it. You don't really, for the most part, see him do like stuff as the whole as trying to stop the thing. He almost 50 Cent, yeah, he's still in the gang and still be like, yo, I'm checking in when he go places. He still talk the, Jay, what you doing?
Keep going.
Yeah, so if you still living a certain type of thing, what you did don't matter. If you're not all the way, I wouldn't say nothing. When I was in the game and stuff like that, I didn't play the both sides. Like, oh no, but I'm this, I'm that. No, this how I'm living. You got to stand on that. If you still living that life, don't sit there till you gave out turkey. Nobody's saying you got to be all bad 24 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Diddy, good.
Yeah, no, nobody's saying you have to be bad, but if you still doing, of course you got some good in you.
So how do you change? So when do you? So you're saying, so long as you're, hypothetically speaking, so long as you're selling drugs, don't give out turkeys. Don't give out.
I never said don't give out turkeys.
So I'm saying, so it has to start somewhere.
What I'm saying is, don't sit there and try to glorify your good deeds. Don't sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm comparing mine to a fraternity where these guys ain't packing no pistols, they ain't getting no RICO indictments. They helping each other as far as their grades or study halls. You cannot be a part of the fraternity if your grades are slipping and they helping each other get jobs. I'm not going to compare myself to that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not going to compare myself to that. I just be like, yo, this how I'm living. But I give out, speak singular. I do this. For the most part, gangs, it is more of it's way, like he said, the number's low. It's way more than low. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is probably bad 24/7. I'm not saying he bad. Of course, he not out here sliding and doing none of that. But I'm just saying his message in the whole. Like, what's the purpose of it? Like you saying that. You saying you wouldn't stop your son. Like,
I think he's doing this.
I would stop my son.
I think he's doing this. They're not to cut you off, Doc, because I understand your point. He's doing it, and he's speaking like that because he is blood, number one. And he's letting you know, I'm a blood. You understand? So he got to hold it down. No matter what comparison you made to a blood member, and he's a blood member, he's going to give you his scenario of how we do it the same way. Because he got to hold it down, bottom line. You might not agree with it, or you might agree with it. But he's telling you his way of thinking. And that's all it is, man. It's really the way he thinks about it. And you can't blame a man for the way they think about it, how they feel about it. Just how he feels about it.
Nah, it's not blaming him, but...
You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear exactly what you're saying. It's not blaming him, but...
Nah, I get what you're saying. Like you said, I would do a singular.
If you still doing and you still living, I'm not glorifying or little turkeys or a couple dollars I made.
But that came after the questioning. You know what I'm saying? The initial question wasn't that. That came after the question saying, okay, well, the numbers are low. The second somebody when on that panel asked him a question, he answered the question. So you got to answer the question. You got to say, okay, well, like you said, yeah, peoples do it. Do we know the numbers? No. Do we believe that it's low? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But the change got to come somewhere. Like Beatles said, it's his reality.
It's what he believes.
It's his reality, and
that's
and
really
for him
what
to
it
continue to keep saying this online, on TV, on podcasts, it lets you know how he feels about it.
And then you know what though? And shout out to my man New York Chuck. You know, Chuck even had his, because he's a blood too, and he openly admit he's a blood.
Yeah.
He had his theory, and he had his feelings, and he had his attitude about, you know, how and why he's a blood, and he still reps Bloods, and he's active, and he always gonna be one. But you know, the way he walk is another way. You know what I mean? And he told us on the show why he turned blood.
Yeah, he said that.
You know what I mean? Like it was a brotherhood. Yeah. And the area nation dudes was in there. We had to come together because they was kicking our ass up, and they was sunning us, and we had to get together and get back. So everybody, you gotta listen to people's stories, man. But I just to get back to the question so we can move on. I think we got another topic or so. I don't think they are the same. That's
what I'm saying. That's my bottom line. I don't think they're the same. That's my bottom line.
But y'all understand where he come from, but I don't think they're the same, bro. You know.
Yeah, I don't think they're the same.
What's the next? We had another one, right?
PDIDDY, he might be brought on charges with the Tupac murder. It's not looking good for him. Keefy D, he been charged with the Tupac murder, and Kurt Burrows basically now they kind of like, and Gene Deal's like, you know, stuff that a lot of people saying that it's not looking good for Puff.
Did Gene Deal ever say anything about the Puff and the Tupac joint? Like Puff, did he insinuate? Did he ever say? Because I don't know. I never heard.
No, I'm talking Kurt Burrows.
No, but I'm just asking Vito because if there's anybody that I would listen to would be Gene Deal. I'm not listening to Kurt Burrows, and I'm not listening to the other guy who turned himself in. What's his name from Cali?
He didn't know on our show that I can remember him like stating no.
And he talks about everything, Puff.
Yeah, he never.
But what I'm saying,
if it ain't him,
he didn't say nothing on our show directly that I can remember about. He touched on things in L.A., but he never went, and he knew a lot of things going on with Tupac at the time and Diddy and dudes in L.A. But directly saying it, no, I can't honestly say he said that. But if you really want to find out, do some homework, go on his show and check out a couple of his shows, and he might have said something because he ain't got no cut card.
Yeah, that's
he ain't got no cut card.
You understand why I'm saying it? That's why I just went to you because I know you know more. Yeah. I haven't heard, so if I hear something like that from him, I'm more inclined to believe.
He touched on it, but
Kurt
I can't
Burrows,
remember. Like
it's
no,
nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing I'm rocking with.
He touched on it.
Keefy D, there's nothing.
So why you said nothing? You rocking with Kurt Burrows?
Because Kurt Burrows comes out in the 23rd and a half hour, and now he's revealing everything in 2 minutes.
So because somebody comes in the 23rd hour, that means. You think they
not at all. But I'm saying Kurt Burrows, the way he came out when all of these accusations came out, and then once Puffy's situation is just one rock thrown at the house after another, one rock after another.
But everyone who been around, like he know Kurt Burrows, but everybody who been around, a lot of people said that he definitely had ownership in Bad Boy, and a lot of people said the stuff Kurt been. It's not the 23rd hour because I saw something. He did an interview years ago, but it went on deaf ears.
I haven't.
He did an interview years ago.
If you've seen that, you ain't seen nothing else after that.
But if it go on deaf ears, and mind you, Puff was out at the time. Puff is powerful. Puff powerful, and he's in the streets. If it go on deaf ears, you ain't gonna keep talking about I'll keep saying something for if nobody gonna say anything.
You talking about it now?
Because now people listening now.
You talk about it now.
But they listening now. That's what you're saying.
So do you hear what you're saying?
It's a big difference. So if he said it before and it went on deaf ears.
If Gene Deal said something about it, we would remember because he would have kept talking about it.
But they two different. You can't compare Gene to Kurt Burrows.
There's nobody that talk more about Puff than Gene.
That's the point. Knows. But everybody different. Gene got a platform, and that's what Gene do.
I know.
Kurt ain't that type of dude. He ain't that type of dude that's talkative like that.
Have you heard anything from Gene Deal?
No, I ain't talking about Gene Deal. I'm talking about.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
remember
I can't.
You asked me why. I said if I hear Gene Deal say it, I just somewhat believe.
The reason why I'm gonna disagree with the 23rd hour because I know how it could be if somebody out in the streets and you might be scared for your life opposed to somebody inside. That's a fact. You know why it's a fact? Because that's just like when people dead. When people alive, people just quiet on shit. When somebody died, let's just say Alpo, for instance. Motherfuckers wasn't saying nothing. The minute he died, motherfuckers talking shit. So that's the same situation with Puff. So Puff was out in the streets. So some people gonna tread water because the power, not saying maybe they scared like he gonna fight them or something, but positioned far as getting a black ball or maybe saying something to him, whatever. But now that he's in jail, people gonna come out. So I won't look at it as the 9th hour and the guy.
What was Kurt Burrows doing prior to this situation?
He said something before about it, it went down fast.
What was he doing? Like,
ask him. I don't know. Ask him. I don't know.
I haven't seen Kurt in a while, but I know Kurt for a while. I ain't seen him in a while, but I know Kurt early in the game. Kurt was with Bad Boy early, man.
You know what afterwards, what has he done?
I don't know.
That he could get blackballed.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I don't. It's some things that I heard that I don't want to say at this present time because, I for one, I'm trying to get Kurt on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know if it's true. It's just what I heard. And then sometimes if I don't really got no facts, I don't like to talk about it. You know what I mean? But he got, him and Puff had some bad blood somewhere down the line. I can say that much. And like Doc just said, a valid point, Kurt don't have a platform and he ain't no real talking dude like Puff. He more quiet type of dude, And, it's public information. Kurt got locked up. He went, he think like 4 years or something. Something happened. I forgot what it was. My man, Pease mentioned it. He said it. So it ain't like it's public information, but anything deeper, I don't know. But I'm trying to get Kurt on the show sometime soon, and we'll ask Kurt these questions.
Okay.
But let me ask you one question, because I understand your position on that. You knowing Kurt, is he a type of dude would just be making up this stuff just because?
Nah. If he give you something, he gonna give you something. He gonna give you some real shit. Cause Kurt ain't no street dude, bro. He ain't no street dude. He's a school guy. They met and all this. He got in the industry. Puff had an idea. Kurt had his hands on it. He owned something to Bad Boy. That's another story. And he just like I know he ain't no street dude. It's like that. He want a regular dude that want to be in the industry and want to get some bread. Even though he was with Puff early, you'll never see him get behind the camera and all that type of shit, unless he had to. Mm-hmm. You won't even know he down. But if you go to meetings and you go to functions, then you're going to see who's that. That's Kurt. You don't know Kurt. He do this, he do that with Puff. Oh, word. He's the brain. He's one of the brains.
I heard about him.
He's one of the brains. It was Kurt. It was Mark Pitts. You understand? Who went to where's who? No. Yeah, he went to Howard with him, yeah. But he went to the record label
Arista?
No, man. Where was Chris Brown and where was R. Kelly and
Sony?
Who?
Sony?
No, Google it real quick, Jake. Where's Mark Pitts? He'll tell you as soon as it come up. That's where Mona Scott is from, too. Mona Scott.
You saying where they from?
No, record label.
I thought Mona Scott was Arista.
No, man. Mona Scott and Kurt worked, Mark Pitts worked together. He go tell you right now. Cause I used to go there all the time.
Somebody in the chat, what are you talking about?
Right before Wu-Tang got on. Give us 1 second. Huh?
Insomnia?
No. It's a popular name. I just can't think of it right now.
Not Def Jam.
No.
Not Capitol Records.
Loud.
R. Kelly was there.
Atlantic?
No. Justin Timberlake was there. And Chris Brown was there, man. God damn, man.
Somebody in the chat section. Y'all heard it?
You should have had it by now. Just easy. Mark Pitts. It'll tell you the label if you put Mark Pitts in. Right away. Or Mona Scott.
RCA?
No.
Yeah, it say RCA.
It's not RCA, man.
I see it right there.
Yeah, but that's not it, man. Put on Mark Pitts, man. You putting too many names. One.
It said he was Mark Pitts held positions of power. RCA Records.
Nah, it's not RCA, man. I'm not saying he had no affiliation with it.
Too.
Yeah, I see Chris Brown, y'all.
Yeah, but I'm not saying Mark Pitts. That's what he's probably doing now, man. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about before. That's what he's doing now.
It's 2004.
Nah, man, I'm talking about in the 90s, bro. Like about 95, 96, around there.
Chris Brown wasn't around.
But I'm talking about R. Kelly and all of them, man. But he came to it later. I know what I'm talking about. You know, RCA, man. I'll tell y'all later. Go ahead, don't worry about it. But, I can't think of it. You're going to make me Google it. But hear what I'm saying, all right? What were you talking about? I'm off topic.
No, I asked you a question. I said, dude.
Kurt Burrows, now he ain't that type of nigga. Yeah, Jive, man. God damn, man.
Jive.
Yeah, Jive, man. Know what I'm talking about, man? That's new shit, RCA, man. It was
RCA
Jive.
is old.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he probably down with RCA now. He's with Jive. He wanted to do this. He brought all them to Jive. Mona Scott, all of them. I know I was there. I know what I'm talking about. See, now I ain't talking about what I saw. I was there. But anyway, to make a long story short, those was the clique. Mark Pitts, P. Diddy, and Kurt Burrows. Around that era, all them dudes was like they friends, man.
They was the Rat Pack.
They friends, man. These guys are friends. Like even though Mark Pitts never did nothing with Bad Boy, but they always supported each other. You know what I'm saying, though? And that's how they got down, man, you know? It's the good old days right there. I had a lot of fun with these guys, man. But to answer your question, Doc, nah.
So I'm kind of with you. I don't think, and this is what, like I said, I see people, like I said, when I watch videos, I always read the comment section. This is see people temperature. That's why I had a little information with the topics we just talked about. And a lot of people, it's people that knew, said Mark Pitts is not that type. Same thing with Vito, exactly what Vito just said. They said, nah, he ain't with that. If he said that, and some people said, Mark been saying this. I'm seeing people in the comment section.
Talking about Kurt.
Kurt, I'm sorry. People saying Kurt been saying this. Kurt ain't that type of dude. And they saying that's why Diddy gave the mother the percentage. So Kurt Burrows percentage to him so he couldn't come back at him. So I'm seeing people in the comment section seem like who had knowledge of it. People like, I knew Kurt for years. Kurt been through a lot. Diddy did a lot of shit to Kurt and all. Like people sitting there saying this. Like
he gonna come out soon. You know, I talked to a couple people, like they said, because he got a case now. He got lawyers and all that. He about to come out soon. And they told me, my man told me he gonna get him on here for us, man. He said if he don't come up to the studio, he gonna get us on StreamYard. We're gonna get Kurt. We gonna get the real story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on.
But he had to wait because legally they said he had to wait. His attorney told him to hold up on it.
Because he's a key witness in his Puff case. A key big witness. Because now they're asking the question with the Tupac thing. They saying he was jealous of Biggie and Pac. That he wanted. It's crazy. I was gonna send Vito the video. Remember Vito said Puff always want to be the man. He don't want nobody outshining him.
Man, he don't.
Kurt Burrows said he was jealous of Biggie and Pac, and he wanted to be the man. Because remember, back then it was Biggie and Pac was the top two dudes, and he wanted to be. They said, you see, he started full blown rapping. So when Biggie came out, he started coming out with albums. He wanted to be the man. That he wasn't in that light. He was an executive, but he was not like he wanted to be the man.
He don't like nobody to outshine him, man.
And that's what they said.
Early. He don't like nobody outshining him, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of dude he is, man. Yeah, just him, man. You know what I mean? I think a lot of different scenarios, man. How this dude is, man. But you heard about the thing about him in jail right now? About his cellie? His cellie talking about him.
What happened?
Said that the dude that his cellie is some real rich dude, man. He got way more money than Puff. forgot where he from, but he was trying to say how, can you pull that up, Jay? It's on P. Diddy sell it. You'll see it. It's on TMZ, it's on everything right now. It's on Google. You Google it, it'll come out. And we can, I want you to read it real quick. Then I can touch on it. But yeah, Selly, it's on the news. Came out today, breaking news. He telling some shit about Puff. Wow, Jay gonna pull up right now. Dude with curly hair.
He white?
Yeah, white dude, curly hair. I see it right there.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, that's him right there, yeah. What'd he say? That's him. But read what it says, though.
He was a crypto mogul.
Right.
But nah, I don't say nothing about it, though.
Yeah, you gonna find it. It's gonna tell you the stuff that he's saying about Diddy. Diddy, that's a Selly.
What he said about him?
Can't remember exactly, man.
It's something bad or good?
A little bit of both.
And he's still in the cell with him, or they moved him?
I don't know. Because when I was leaving out today, it came on, and I left out.
Oh, that's him interviewing. Oh, so he must be home. Because he interviewed with, that's Pierre Morgan right there.
He said something of Jake probably could find in a paragraph what he said about him. But
someone call in. I know y'all heard it.
Yeah, they heard it. It's on the news, though. They ain't going to put it on the news just because he was selling. He said something about him, you know what I mean? That was like some real shit. I just can't remember what it is because I ain't really get to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
646-628-4264. Call in. Because I'm pretty sure y'all know.
But he definitely saying something about Diddy that he know that, you know, he exposing him and shit. I don't know why he doing it, but, you know what I'm saying? But dude ain't doing it for no bag because his bag is super big. You know what I'm saying? That dude right there, yep. Sam Bankman-Fried tells exactly what fellow lags think of rap or some shit. But he said some shit about him. You can't click on nothing, Jay, and it comes up with something to like.
Nah, I was trying to see, but nah, I didn't really say nothing.
Yo, Ted.
See what's up that light, Doc?
Tap it. Cut it off and cut it back on, Ted.
That was about it.
There it is.
That was it?
Yeah, they really pull up the story.
Turn the other one.
What else we got?
And we're going to do one more and we're going to get up out of here, man.
So the last topic of the day, LeBron James steps to Stephen A. Smith. Now tell me how you guys feel about that. Now LeBron James, I'm giving backstory for the people who might not know. Stephen A. Smith basically was saying what everybody would say about LeBron James' son. And he basically like, yo, LeBron did a lot by putting his son in this situation. LeBron just need to stop because his son need to be in the G League and not on the NBA roster. He's saying that no other athlete ever did this, like pretty much forced their son to be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh, you gonna play it? Go ahead. Put it on vibrate. I can hear you tapping. So so Stephen A. pretty much was speaking on LeBron and Bronny's situation, doing his job, and
had courtside seats.
Make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation.
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside, and I stand up, and then I got my head turned. And then I turned back around, and a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter. Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turned around, and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you got to talk about it. This is you and him. You got to talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm going to do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Of course, that day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere. Watch, I mean, right? It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this is gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at. It ain't even about the money. This man is the one who said he's better than some of the NBA players are right now when he was in high school. If you go back and look at the tape, back then I said, stop. You can't do this. If you do that shit, you're bringing more pressure on your son. LeBron, stop. I said it then. This is before he got drafted. Stop doing this. He goes to USC. He got the heart ailment. I'm like, thank God he's okay. He gonna be all right. But I'm not gonna go see him at USC just like I didn't go see him at Sierra Canyon because like I ain't see Melo's son. I heard your son is all world. I ain't see him. Your son. I never saw these guys until they came pro because I know. No, it's not that. I know that because of who I am and what I've established for myself in this industry, if I walk into an arena, everybody is looking for me to critique that person. And I don't want to do that because they on the come up. I don't want to, I'm not covering college, I'm covering pro.
And they kids.
Huh? And they kids. Well, I'm saying, but if I was a college reporter, then I would have had to, but I wasn't. So why am I going to be there? I didn't want to put that extra pressure. So I never went. I went on national television and announced to the world, I'm not going to see him. He goes to USC. I'm not going to see him.
First take on
It's
this
too
Feel Good
much.
Friday. Thank you for being with us. Obviously, Stephen A., an incredible game last night in L.A. You were in the building, and we'll get to what that means for the Lakers and Knicks in just a moment. But, S.A., there was a moment in the game that we want to address.
Turn
I don't
the
want
mics
it
up.
to go over people's head. I really appreciate what he said. To what he said.
That was
Look
LeBron
at-
James
looking at,
coming up to me,
basketball player. He came in
unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that.
It confirmed now he has a right to speak up. That's his job. Everything that he said is like 150,000% right. Like he put that target on his son's back. Now it's time for that boy to be a man. He did that. You're a smart man, LeBron. You had to have known that this behavior was gonna happen. You're dead wrong. He was dead wrong in walking up with Stephen A. No matter how much people don't like Stephen A., he was dead wrong.
I don't know, man. You know, I can go a lot of ways with this. I saw it when it happened. I was watching the game, so I saw it live. As far as LeBron, we've been talking about Bronny coming in when he first, that first happened on the show.
Yep.
And I just say, and I'm not going to go hard with it tonight, but Bronny ain't ready for the pros, man. He's not ready for the pros. I felt that Bron fast-tracked his son, and he hurting his career. Real talk. It's a pressure to be LeBron James' son alone.
Yeah.
Just alone. Michael Jordan's son alone. A few of the greats. Even Carmelo Anthony was one of my favorite players. Alone. There's pressure on you just from the door. So to speed him up into a league that he ain't ready for is not good. Here's my deal. I don't even think he's better than a lot of college players that I see. Forget about G League. He need to go lower than that. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm basketball since I was like 5 years old. Played it, coached it, and watched it. It's my favorite sport. Then come football and tennis, right? But it was a minute and 20 seconds left. They sat all the starters down. Lakers was up by like 25. He put Bronny in. So at the end, you could tell they trying to give him the ball, let him shoot, get a basket. He was in the corner by himself. I had to stop watching the game. No, the ball swung so fast, the defender didn't even get a chance to get over there. Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he wanted to let LeBron, he got the ball, and he swung it back. I said, come on, man. What you doing? Shoot the ball. If you make it or not, you're not going to lose the game. He's scared to shoot, man. This is what I'm receiving. That's why I said, come on, man. And back to LeBron, why you do that to your son, LeBron, man? You got to bring him up, man, through the ranks, bro. Some players get fast-tracked. Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, you, LeBron. Certain players are exceptional where they skipped college and went straight to the pros because their game was like that.
They earned it.
Even Michael Jordan went to North Carolina, my guy. And he's the greatest player that ever played the game. I don't care who come later or what they do. You got to let them go through, and being that you fast-tracked him, now you got a mental. Because anything that's physical is mental first. It's mental before it's physical. Now, even if you do bring him back down and come back up, you got his head messed up already, man. It's going to be hard for him to get over that, man. It's going to be hard. And Bronny could play. He just ain't ready. Sit.
You heard what Stephen A. say. He had this puppy dog look on his face. And see, this the problem I have with Bron. This is why I don't fuck with LeBron at all, and I think LeBron's a certified clown. For one, you did all that. You said that Bronny is better than half the players in the NBA right now, like Stephen has said. You said this is why he's in college, high school. Then you turned around last year, you sat there and said Bronny could get rotation minutes on the Lakers. So if you know anything about rotation minutes, it's 15 men on the roster. Rotation minutes, that means you're the top 8 players. That's the rotation. Some of the other guys don't play. So that means you basically shitted on like 7 of your other players on your own team saying he could get rotation minutes right now. Then you tell teams, if you draft Bronny, you got me. And then when it got close to the draft, you told teams he not going to sign with you, only to the Lakers. So you dictate all this. Now, it's a tons of players. Stephen A. also said this. He said Melo don't do it. He said Gilbert Arenas, you don't even do it. Nobody do this with their son to try to fast track them or try to use their power to get them in the NBA. A lot of these guys earned it on their own. All of them earned it on their own. Nobody did. D Wade is huge. D Wade's son was a ball player too. D Wade did nothing, and he owned a piece of the Jazz. He didn't try to say, hey, to get him on the roster, even give him a 10-day contract or nothing. He did none of that. LeBron gets mad because people speak on his son. His son at the time was averaging 0.4 and 0.3 rebounds and 0.2 assists. He's horrible numbers, never even made a 3 at the time. Now he averaging like 1.2. It just went a little bit. But he's just not good. He never been good. Bronny said
the numbers are sickening, man.
Yeah, Bronny said his dream was to hear his name get called the NBA draft. LeBron said this is more about LeBron. That's why Stephen A. said, I got you. Cause that was a hot mic he was on with Richard Jefferson. LeBron tried to make it look like it's about his son to the public. So people to sympathize with him say, yeah, but you know he talked about his son. But it had nothing to do with the son. It had something to do with him. LeBron is a narcissist. It has something to do with him. That he would talk about him. He got caught on the hot mic, explained to Richard Jefferson that Stephen A. Smith was talking shit about him. And LeBron don't like criticism. I don't rock with LeBron because Westbrook and many of his teammates got ran through the mud. LeBron never stood up and say anything. Shannon Sharp and LeBron is cool, right? Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp made fun of Russell Westbrook every game, putting clown music, highlights of Westbrook missing shots, turning the ball over. LeBron never one time like, yo, that's my man. Yo, stop doing that. He cool with Shannon Sharp. He let Westbrook's wife stepped in and was like, yo, y'all got to stop with my husband. They was dogging in L.A. That's why he couldn't wait to leave the Lakers. Dogging LeBron. Said nothing. LeBron do these things. Hopefully these guys get traded when they not. LeBron just trying to get a ring and trying to. He think whatever he do gonna catch Jordan is over with. You can't catch Mike.
But even if there's no catching, they said that. Yesterday or the day before. I was watching TNT. It was Shaq was talking. It's on. So if you Google it, you hear it. Shaq there says that once a person reaches a certain status, that's it. Like he said with him and Kareem, he says it's an honor for my name to be mentioned with him, but it's only him. There's no me topping him. It's an honor with my name to be mentioned with Will Chamberlain.
Will.
It's an honor my name to be mentioned with Will Chamberlain, my man from Boston.
Yeah. What's his name that just died?
That just died.
Russell.
Bill Russell. That's what he said. Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. It's an honor my name to be mentioned with them. Jordan, he don't care what LeBron does. It's an honor for LeBron to be mentioned in the likes of a Jordan, stuff like that. There's only one person. There's only one GOAT. There's only one Jordan. There's only one da-da-da. But it's an honor to be mentioned in that thing.
That's
so
not
what you
good
saying?
enough for LeBron.
All right. So what you saying about LeBron? LeBron is psychologically bugged out when it comes to basketball.
He is.
He's fucking bugged out. There's an honor to be mentioned in the likes of a Tom Brady.
Exactly.
Come on, man. What's the dude from hockey? Gretzky. Come on, man. You're not taking these dudes' pedestals down.
But you know what type of dude LeBron is? Let's say.
But that's what he wants to do.
You supported LeBron his whole career, and the minute you start disagreeing with him, he unfollowed you. He unfollowed. Kendrick Perkins been cool with LeBron for years. Kendrick Perkins speak his mind. Was like, yo, he's like, yo, spoke his mind about whatever it is. Like LeBron needs to run back on defense. LeBron unfollow him. Rachel Nichols. These people who used to massage LeBron, like D-Ride him at one point. Like LeBron couldn't do no wrong to them. Now they starting to say a little things against him, nothing disrespectful, nothing. Calling it strictly in basketball, he unfollowed people. He's a narcissist. Like, you have to be all in with him. There's no in between. You got to call him the GOAT. He got mad at Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis, LeBron broke one of Jordan's record. I think how many 40-point games or some shit like that. Anthony Davis said, it took you 7 years to do it. Because he been in the league 7 more years than Michael been in the league.
Right.
Yo, LeBron did not like that.
But that's
the reality.
But that's exactly what Shaq is saying,
like,
man.
You've been in the league 20-something years.
It took you all that time to do it. Michael did it in a short living time.
And
the talent was way stronger.
Way stronger.
Way stronger. The players now, it's a cakewalk. You know? Nah, the talent right now, the talent is a cakewalk for LeBron right now. When Jordan was playing, every team had a team. You had to get down.
But all that crying he do, somebody been punch LeBron in the face.
Going through the paint, you dunked it, all right, come back through here again. Boom.
LeBron ain't feel
Miami,
nothing.
the Knicks fighting, brawling. You know, the basketball was basketball back then, my guy. But, yo, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Our producer said we're running out of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for at least coming back on the show because we had technical difficulties. But like, what's my man's name?
Earl. Shout out to Earl.
Shout out to Earl. Now, I know about Earl. That's our guy.
Oh, but Knowledge with the $40 donation.
Nah, but what he said about me, he said what?
Who, Knowledge?
You marked on the producer. Marked on the producer.
To get it right.
Get it right.
Get it right. I ain't had to bark on him, but you know what it is? Our producer got it right, man. You know what I'm saying?
We got to give a shout out to Earl.
Shout out to Earl, Bitch Shorty. I see you on there, Bitch Shorty. Earl, man, you know we love you, man. We going to call you tomorrow, man. We've been trying to find you, Earl.
Shout out to Jay also
Shout
for
out
working
to Jay,
hard.
that's what I say.
Right, man. That's right.
He stayed with it.
Yeah, Jay said I'm going to figure it out, man. You know I'm going to figure it out, but
teamwork.
We going to pull it out, and thank y'all for tuning in.
Beat 139.
They say